Oh, come on now. I mean, I know it's February and people keep telling us, look at this, people keep telling us it's time to sow this and it's time to prep that. But if you're anything like me, I'm just not feeling it yet. I keep trying. I keep walking up to where I've put the bulbs in, just behind you there, and they're really, really staring, just like you do when you first plant your seeds. But when it's damp and grey, it's just, I just need a bit of a kick up the backside. So today, what I'm going to be doing is keeping in mind what all this will look like in a few months' time. When I say a few months' time, you know what I mean. It might take a little bit longer. Look at the state of it. But yeah, there's very much, we can very much concentrate on the before and after. But I think what I'm going to do is try and think what it looks like after, and then look at what it looks like before and just keep that after in my mind, like a little carrot, like a little dangling carrot, hopefully without root fly. And yeah, I mean, one of the things, who else has still got their bean canes up? The only reason I am taking these down now, because they should have come out really months ago, but the only reason I'm going to take these down is because I'm going to be moving them, because they really didn't work in this area last year. But yeah, I'm going to show you a few bits and pieces that I'm starting to get ready, but I'm going to remind myself and you what it will look like, fingers crossed, and just hope that that motivates me a little bit more to just get on with stuff. Pick these up for a start. I mean, at the moment, this is just a muddy mess, but I know I've got a whole load of bulbs in here. And when they've been and gone, it's going to be replanted up with dahlias, because yes, it looks, yep, that needs pruning. Yes, it looks a bit miserable now, let's face it. In the summer, it's going to be a riot of colour. And if I look back to last year, it was just one of my favourite spots in the garden. It had a twin counterpart on that side, and just as you walked into the garden, there was just this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous array of different colours. So yes, looks like this now, will look like that later. Fingers crossed. And I can also show you a bit of a before, a middle, and an after here, because it depends which way you look at it really, but this bed here is actually still productive. We have still got kale plants in here. We've got a few kale plants in here. We've got a few dead cabbages in there and some very sorry looking leeks at the back. But this, if you like, was the end of last season. But while it's still going, we're going to keep it ticking over. However, the other side has mostly been cleared and prepped. So what we've got here, it was a case of just having a quick rake over. I mean, I'm standing on the soil now, I shouldn't be doing that, I know, but it just a quick rake over of the weeds. Some, I don't know if you can see it from there, but we've got the layers of cardboard down, and then bless him, Mike came in, unbeknownst to me. I didn't call him in, I could have done it myself, but Mike came and put some of the council compost down. Someone mentioned on a live that I did a couple of weeks ago on Danny's channel, the Grow Up channel, did anybody buy compost in bulk? And I didn't realise at the time what they meant, but if you have got a huge area to cover, so if, for example, if you're starting with raised beds or you use the raised bed system, it is going to cost an arm and a leg to go buying bags of compost from the garden centre. See if you have got a soil recycling place near you, ask around, ask other gardeners, because they can deliver in ton bags. And yes, it involves a lot of barrowing to get it here, but it's a fraction of the price. But as you can see, the bean canes over there, that is the reason they need to come out, because I need to extend these beds. I think the beans will be on this side. And in here, I've got the last of the calabash. one of the plus sides of having a really bad bean harvest last year is the fact that the bean canes don't need much cleaning. Usually I'm saying that, look, I've got a bean coming towards me. So these ones from the bad side of beans can go straight up here. And hopefully, I know I should have brought them in months ago, but they'll have a little bit of a dry out up there. Okay. And the polytunnel, as you know, in the middle of the summer, it's absolutely up to here with tomatoes and it's beautiful. And in my mind's eye, that's how it's going to be again, with the exception that this year, I mean, this archway has been, I've got one at each end actually, this archway has been in here for a few years now, and nothing has ever really grown up it. So this year I am determined, I've had a few cucumbers, a few squash, but this year I am determined that I am going to be growing yard-long beans. They're completely new to me. If you've grown them before, I know a few of you have, tell me in the comments below. Tell me, how did you grow them and how were they? I've heard mixed reviews about how they taste, but they're just something a bit novel. And again, it's always quite good to grow something completely new to you. So the yard-long beans, the reason I'll be growing them inside is because they like a warmer atmosphere than your normal standard bean outside. So hopefully I'll have those here. But again, if you remember a few videos ago, I was asking for suggestions about what I could do in here, and one of the questions I had was, did you think it would be worth me having a raised bed around the arch, the foot of the arch on either side? And yeah, from all your comments, I've decided I'm going to just have one raised bed on each side, but I am determined to get the measurements right because I don't want to go getting a great big one that's like a coffin. So I'm determined that I'm going to get one. I don't want it to take up the full greenhouse, the full polytunnel either, because I do love to grow my tomatoes in here. But actually, you know what? That's getting on for 4 foot. But if I get a 3 foot, possibly by 3 foot, let's just have a look. I mean, which is great because they're the sort of most common one you can get. Yeah, if I get a 3 foot by 3 foot there, that'll provide me with a really nice deep bed, and I could adjust the soil as I go. But I'll also have a bit of space in the front to grow some dwarf things. Who knows what they might be, but yeah, this is also hard, and again, it's down to Mike, honestly. I am trying to be an independent gardener, but he keeps sneaking in while I'm not here. This is really, really well rotted manure in here. I was going to let the chickens in and let them have a scratch around, but a little bit worried yet. It might still be a little bit hot. So by the time it comes to planting, this should be really well rotted down, packed with nutrients. And also, the other thing I've got to do as part of my prep is get the staging back up in here as well. The pond last year was absolutely beautiful. It was such a gorgeous place to sit and just be quiet and just listen, and you could hear the frogs, and if you were sitting very still you'd have the birds coming up and down on the plank. It was just a beautiful place, and now it looks like this. Which is a bit, you know, if you took the allotment on at this stage, you'd be thinking, oh, look at that, let's get rid of that. But, you know, it just goes to show it's just been sitting quietly. I should probably take that great big leaf out of there. That's off the banana palm. That's looking very sorry for itself at the minute. And that one. But, mulch. Yeah, it's, I'm just hoping this year we might have some frogs spawn, because this time last year it wasn't even in there, but it's been so worth doing. It's only small, but even now you can see, I know I keep talking about the primroses, the pulmonaria, things are coming up. The verbena is still here from last year. I'll cut that back at some point. But yeah, so I'm way ahead of last year already, because it was just a hole in the mud. But this year it has even found itself featured on the pages of Kitchen Garden magazine. So honestly, don't be put off by what things look like now, because there's room for improvement. I mean, I'll be honest, labels. Oh, do you want to put them in my pocket? Okay, they're going in. We don't see this sort of mess, do we, on the television? Look, they're the sweet corn. I'm just taking the tops off just to make it look a bit better. And I'm going to I will, when I come to get my fork up here. I know I don't dig, but I'll try and get these a little bit flatter so I can put some soil over them. Oh, that one's come up. There we go. There it goes to plan. Okay, Jane, you've done something there. Compost. Oh, it's so nice just being able to put things in the compost bin. Right, okay. I do think, another label. I do think this calibos may have had its day. So, wait till you see it. But this is something I wasn't going to do today. But you know what? Being as I'm up here and I'm in that tidying up mood, I may as well just do that. Look at them. Look at the poor souls. Right. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with this. Where can this go? It's supposed to look better after I've finished with it, not worse. There, I'll go in the middle of the path. And then I'll curse it every time I try and get up and down with a wheelbarrow. But I just want to get this bed so that I can get some more council compost on top of it and get it ready, or looking ready at least, for the year ahead. So, cabbages, not a lot left of these, as you can see. But you know who'll enjoy these? The chickens. So, they're not going in the compost even, though we'll go straight to the chickens. I mean, to be honest, I could pretend that might be okay. All right, I'm going to have a look at that in a minute. Might be okay inside, but yeah. Done. Let's move that brick. I am moving all over the soil, I know, as well. Oh, but you just get to the stage where you just think, okay. Right, okay. That bed. Almost ready for the year ahead. Oh! Look, I've got to give this a chance, haven't I? Even though really, I've got no gloves on. Oh, come on, Jane, you're a gardener. Let's just have a look and see if there's anything in here. Look at the colour on that. I mean, someone was asking the other day, they were saying it's a red cabbage. Oh, isn't it beautiful? I mean, if you ignore the mouldy bit. You know, and I was saying, well, it's not really red. It's more of a purple. And if you look at that blue there, you can see what I mean. Let's just see if there is anything under there. You know what? I think considering it nearly went straight to the chickens. Oh, look, there's a little snail in there, a little wretch. Go on. That is a bit of a win. I am going to take that home, and I promise you that I am going to have that on my plate tonight with my dinner. So again, these leaves will go straight to the chicken, and in there it is solid. It's probably solid full of snails. It just goes to show that there's always a bit of a surprise. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that. If you don't feel inspired yet, think about what it's going to look like in a few months' time. Let me know what you're looking forward to doing in the comments below, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.